everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new Star Trek review. Yes, we are on film number 6 of the original cast. We are going where no one has gone before. That's right, we are going to the Undiscovered Country. Fantastic. Okie dokie, so let's get this in the player and let's watch a bit of praxis going there. Okay, so Star Trek The Undiscovered Country, proving that even after we have a dud, we can still come back for redemption. Yes, this was one of the best of the original shows, and it is great that they managed to go out on a high. This is directed by Nicholas Meyer, with a score by Cliff Idleman. Basically, the crew have got 3 months left until they retire, and they're brought in to handle a very delicate peace negotiation with the Klingons after their main energy research moon explodes. Yes, and explodes in style. I love that opening scene. Cliff Idleman's music, the way that it rumbles as it builds up to a massive crescendo, and then oh, and if you've got a sound system, whoa. I actually thought a Blu-ray was going to fall off my shelf. I could hear some bleeding creaking and rumbling when that bleeding moon exploded. Holy crap. Yes, so the Enterprise crew invite the Klingon delegation aboard the Enterprise for an evening meal, including Chancellor Gorkon, played brilliantly by David Warner, and also General Chang, played by Christopher Plummer. Yes, whenever General Chang's on screen, you kind of squirm in your seat a little bit. He is actually quite a scary Klingon. Just as everybody's about to head off to bed for some much needed Z's after the dinner, it appears that the Enterprise has fired a few photon torpedoes at the Klingon delegate ship. Some assassins beam aboard the Klingon ship and assassinate Chancellor Gorkon, making it look like Kirk and the Enterprise wanted to destroy the Klingons and bury the peace negotiations once and for all. After all, Kirk did say it, he's never been able to forgive Klingons for the death of his boy. So Kirk and McCoy go to a Klingon trial, are found guilty, and are sent to the dilithium mining moon of Rurapente. Yes, all sorts of strange creatures and stuff in there, including Iman, or Iman, which I believe at the time was David Bowie's wife, I think she was a model. As Kirk and McCoy trying to survive Rurapente, meanwhile back at the Enterprise, Spock and crew are trying to piece together who fired on the Klingon ship, and it turns into kind of like a Sherlock Holmes investigation. But where is Sulu? He's nowhere on the bridge to be found. That's because Sulu is now captain of the USS Excelsior. Yes, if there's ever a series that should have been made to spin off from Star Trek, it was that. I don't know how they missed the ball on that one. You had it there on your plate. Captain Hikaru Sulu aboard the USS Excelsior. Star Trek Excelsior. What more do you need? As Kirk and McCoy are rescued from Rurapente, the Enterprise and the Excelsior rush towards Camp Kittimer, where they're doing the peace treaty. And it turns out that the Klingons, the Romulans, the Federation are all involved in a massive conspiracy to destroy the peace talks. After all, people can be very frightened of change, especially when it's all in 1Ps and 2Ps. So, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Great film. Great film. One of the best Star Trek original crew films. And it's a relief that we managed to bow this crew out on this such a great film, rather than leaving it at Star Trek 5. As I say, the opening scenes with the explosion of Praxis is fantastic. The special effects is great. You know, the Excelsior going through the explosion barrier, fantastic. I remember seeing that on the cinema screen. The scenes on Rura Penthe, the penal colony, are great. Some great aliens, great characters, comedy moments as well. Spock steps up in this film, leading the investigation on board the Enterprise, trying to find out who fired on the Klingons and who was responsible. And everything to do with Captain Sulu aboard the Excelsior is just a joy to watch. And it's just a shame that we never got to see a series or a film, because as far as I'm aware, George Takei was all up for it. He wanted a series, but unfortunately we never got one. There's great writing in this film, absolutely great writing. The dialogue is fantastic. The characters are great. Lieutenant Valeris, the new Vulcan that Spock thinks highly of, well, part of the film anyway, played brilliantly by Kim Cattrall. Great casting, great casting. And the end scene. And I swear to you now, if you're a Star Trek fan and you don't feel emotional in that final 5 minutes of the movie, you're not a Star Trek fan, really. It's so beautiful. The way that it's carried out, it's such a grand closure for this whole series of films and this cast. And I love the way the music, I love the dialogue, you know, even when they're talking about Sulu aboard the Excelsior, you know, that's a big ship, not as big as their captain. It's just such great dialogue. So this is goodbye. And Spock's final dialogue is just so great. Reminds me sometimes of some of the lines that Data came out with in the Star Trek Generations, which will actually be the next film to review. But and I love how the Enterprise sails off, I won't say into the sunset, but into the sunset. And the screen goes bright white, and their signatures, just all the cast signatures and the great music that accompanies it. It's one of the best endings to not just a Star Trek film, but to any film, to any franchise. This is a proper send-off, and yeah, it's such a great film. Okay, so how was the picture quality? Picture quality was on point again, really clear, crystal clear. Absolutely loved it. No grain, and vibrant colours of the red uniforms, the colours on the Klingon uniforms and stuff like that. The colour of the Klingon blood, kind of like a pinkish colour, and the way that it all globbles together. Just a great film. And I would love to see it in 4K. The sound was, again, Dolby True HD 7.1. Didn't fail. The explosion of Praxis, oh my God, that subwoofer was on overtime. Seriously. Not only did a Blu-ray nearly fall off my shelf, but I actually felt my feet vibrate on the floor as well. Holy crap. Sorry, neighbours. And the front speakers, the surrounds, everything, even when Sulu was flying through this explosion cloud, the surrounds were on overtime. The dialogue was incredible. And yeah, it's just an all-round fantastic sound. As I say, the special effects were on point. Industrial Light and Magic doing their best again. Flawless. Okay, so how would I rate Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country? I would give Star Trek 6 9 exploding Klingon moons. Yes, it's such a great film. It's one of the best, right up there, one of the best of the original crew Voyages. And I'm just happy that we bowed out on such a great film, because to be perfectly honest, I don't think they could have topped this. I don't think they could have. And it's nice to see the transition between this and then going on to the next generation crew. I was happy where this ended, and I was prepared to say goodbye for a while, you know, until Kirk comes back in Star Trek Generations. But yes, I'm looking forward to reviewing that one. But fantastic. Yes, Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below. Is Star Trek 6 one of your favourite films? Or do you not like it? And what are your favourite moments in Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country? Fantastic. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like it by giving it some thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next review, which will be Star Trek Generations. And we welcome the Next Generation crew with a bit of Kirk thrown in as well. Bye.